What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. Monday, I'm tired. Monday, June 24th, 2024. Heading to my next service call. Central air conditioning first floor zone has been tripping the breakers. Circuit breaker. Electrician came out and replaced the breaker, which was undersized, and guess what? It's still doing it. Let's go see what's going on. Hopefully it's something not too crazy and we could maybe fix them up in a jiffy. You never know. What do you think? Short to ground, bad compressor, wiring to compressor, or something else? I don't like the sound of that, not one bit. It's vibration. But this is the problem. Some of you guys ridiculed me for doing this, but they're siding in the near future. So it is what it is. It's blowing the breaker. Let's see what's going on. All right, I got my access cover off. Got my Fluke 902 FC multimeter out. Let's see what kind of voltages we have first before we proceed. The little switch inside the disconnect is on. Let's see what we got. All right, so lately I've been doing a lot of laying down on the job. I'm basically laying down on top of this condensing unit, this Lux Air. I got my multimeter to read voltage, and one there, nothing. Let's just do the ground. We're getting 0.5 on one line and nothing on the other. So we got no voltage there. Let's see, let's check for shorts to ground. That's set to read resistance or continuity. We're gonna touch the two together. We're good. Our contactor is not pulled in. So one of the things I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go to T1 to ground, and I have a short there. T2 to ground, and I got a short there as well. So it looks like we have a shorted compressor on this system. Now, why do we have a shorted compressor is a whole nother thing. Oh my God, what's this? Deplane, it's a Delta flight. In case you didn't know, we are literally less than 2 miles from JFK, John F. Kennedy International Airport's runways. So we're in the direct flight path of some of those runways right now. Okay. And my power, let's make sure that's off. Okay, that is off now. And let's double check this again. Yep. Let's remove our wire from our dual capacitor and shove one wire there. It's also the ground. She fucked. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep it rated PG-13, not NC-17. Here's another one. You ready for it? It's a little baby plane this time. All right, I removed all the 5/16 screws on the top of my condensing unit, and that's going to allow me to... Oops, spoke too soon. Let's loosen up the wire for our condenser fan motor. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 wires we've got to take out, and that way I can pull this off and take a look at that compressor, not a Copeland scroll. All right, I cut the zip tie that was holding in all of the wires together, and I disconnected the Molex plug that is the connection for the condenser fan motor. That's back in there now. So now if I lift this off, put that off to the side, stupid micro channel coil, let's take a look at our compressor. Come on, get out of there, buddy. All right, so we got one of those plugs. Okay, that looks all solid there. Make sure that's not our short. If it was, it'd probably blow a hole through the refrigerant piping and cause that to be full of drama. All right, let's get my multimeter and we'll test these terminals ready. All right, I got my multimeter still set to read continuity, and I'm gonna take one lead to a piece of copper. Let me see if I can show you. Hold on. Let me just do this right here, okay? Let's take one lead to copper. How about right there, all right? So that shows that, okay? Now, so let's go to one of the terminals. There they all are. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Short to ground confirmed. Short to ground confirmed. Short to ground confirmed. All right, now let's do a reading between each terminal. Let me show you. Now, this becomes a very delicate balancing act, but I am determined to show you guys what we're doing. And I'm gonna go one lead to one terminal and one lead to another. So my first two, I'm doing one on the bottom and the bottom right. I'm getting 2.3. Bottom to left, 2.4. And then the two top and lefts, 0.5. However, let's go to ground. There's a ground. Here's the other ground. And there's that one. We got a effed up compressor. All right, ladies and gentlemen. At this point of the service call and of the video, service call is over, by the way, but of the video, I'd like to get some feedback from the community. We have a Luxair 3-ton R410A outdoor condensing unit with a shorted to ground compressor. Between common start and run our resistance readings are normal, but we do have a shorted to ground compressor across each terminal to ground. We have a micro channel coil, and we have a unit that is, let's say, 10 years old. I'm sure there's many in the community watching this video right now that thinks that replacing the compressor is the right thing to do. And that is an option if you like leaving money on the table and you like guaranteeing job security. There's also a possibility they'll never call you back again, either when the compressor dies again. Let's take a moment real quick to talk about compressors die for a reason. What can cause a compressor to die? You know, obvious things: restriction of airflow, dirty filter, or bad indoor blow motor, okay? A restriction in the system, like a defective or intermittently failing metering device. Misspoke there. Okay. We also have, the potential for moisture, non-condensables, things that are not refrigerant in the system passing through the compressor that can cause that issue. Okay. So if we replace just the compressor without diagnosing what actually caused the compressor to fail, right, we're not really doing a truly professional job. Age of the system also needs to be factored in. So, off camera and speaking to the homeowner, I gave them the option of, listen, we can replace the compressor. I'll give you some pricing. Keep in mind that compressors die for a reason, and we really need to find out what caused this compressor to die. And let's say it's an intermittently failing metering device. We may not catch it on the day or during the service call of the compressor replacement. So our first recommendation, naturally, is replace the outdoor unit in its entirety. Since there is no history of refrigerant being added into the system, we don't have to talk about leaks at this point. But the age of equipment justifies replacement of it, and we're going to recommend the outdoor unit to be replaced and the indoor cased evaporator coil also be replaced. And as long as our blower on our furnace remains functional, we have a functional system, and I can stand behind that. Easy peasy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so remember, if you're in the Long Island, New York City metropolitan area and you're tired of dealing with a mediocre company for your HVAC or plumbing, give me a call at 516-295-2448 or save time, book online at pipedoc.net. If you're in the Orlando, Central Florida area, give me a call at 407-375-1100 or book an appointment online at orlandopipedoctor.com. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, be well, God bless, stay safe.